All right, welcome on in everyone to First CSP for another episode of the Sunday Special. This is a chance for us to highlight some things that aren't directly first issues, but might be first issue related. And today we're going to take a look at the first CSP set issued for the Mass Jam event. Mass Jam is a large camporee held every 5 years in Massachusetts. It started in 1985 at the Tewksbury State Hospital, and then moved the next edition in 1993 to the Cape Cod Fairgrounds in East Falmouth. And then subsequent Mass Jams have been held in 1999, 2003, 2008, 2013, 2018, and 2023. The 1999 edition, which would be the third Mass Jam event in and of itself, was the first time that the councils participating decide to coordinate and all produce a council shorter patch to commemorate the event. So this is the first set. At that 1999 event, there were 12 participating councils, and we're going to take a look at their CSPs for the event today as a set. Starting off with the first one here, Anawan Council. All of these are done in a black and gray style. Many times it's just a black and gray version of their standard CSP. All of them will be silver mylar bordered and have Mass Jam 1999 in silver mylar thread as well. Because these are essentially council issues, the classification on the which we use a little sticker on the back is going to be different for each council as far as which number patch they have issued. They're all activity issues since it's for the Mass Jam event. It's a special issue. So this is the SA2, the second patch they ever produced for Anawan Council. Pretty cool. Next one up, and we'll just do these essentially in alphabetical order, is the Boston Minuteman Council. Their Mass Jam 1999. Again, essentially looking like a variation of one of their standard CSPs. This one being their SA6. A lot of these tend to have heavier white balances, one of the darker of the two, obviously commemorating someone's midnight ride. So it does have a dark sky. You're going to see a lot of these are very white in nature mostly. Next one up is Cambridge, which again is just a black and white version of their standard issue. And this was the second patch that they issued. Now their first issue had variations like A through F, but this is the second issue, and it was for the Mass Jam event in 1999. So cool for Cambridge. Next one is Cape Cod and Islands. This is the one that's a bit oversized. The rest of these CSPs are all pretty standard size. This one's a little long from top to bottom. This was Cape Cod and Islands SA3. And again, as a set, that they all chose the same style really makes it stand out. We really like this set. That's why we decided to add it to our greater CSP collection. And here we have Greater Lowell Council for the Mass Jam 1999. This is their SA3. For many of these councils, the Mass Jam event where they produced the CSP in 1999 is, one of the first few non-standard that they chose to produce. Next we have Knox Trail. Again, because most CSPs on the channel you've seen are full color versions, so to speak. This set always really stood out to us, choosing this black and gray, and there's obviously 12 of them, so seeing the set together at once is always really cool as well. This is Knox Trail's SA4. Then we have Moby Dick. Again, this looks like a black and white version of their standard CSP. That Mass Jam 1999 at the bottom. This is their SA2. Then we have a Mohegan. Probably the largest Mass Jam 1999 text here featured at the bottom of the patch. Most of them have it a little bit smaller. This is their SA12. Mohegan did have a number of issues the council had produced, so this was a little bit down the line on their counting list. We've got Narragansett. With their SA7. It is interesting as a collector that it seems as though they've chosen to coordinate on essentially the black and gray color scheming throughout, but they do look like they were produced by a variety of manufacturers. I don't think all of these were produced by a single company. Sometimes now when we have coordinated events between multiple councils, they'll just have the order done by a single producer. I don't think that's the case looking at the stylistic production methods, some of what the backs look like. Here we have National Valley, this being their SA11. Getting down to the last couple. Here we have Old Colony, looking like one of their later CSPs. Not quite like their first, but does look like their colored boat on the sea one. If you've seen that standard Old Colony, you would know with kind of the boat sunset pictures what that one looks like. This is their SA16. And then the last of these Mass Jams, the 12th one, is Yankee Clipper. Again, looking like their standard issue CSP done in black and gray. Just a really fun set, top to bottom. Again, we do believe this was the first Mass Jam they coordinated to produce a CSP from each of the councils participating. And that is Yankee Clipper's SA4. So the title shot, you can kind of see all of them there together. And here we took a look at them individually. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of the Sunday Special. We've got some great things over the next couple of weeks that we're excited to share with you. I want to thank you all for stopping in today and making us a part of your day. Remember, Sundays still have a first CSP episode out right every Sunday as well. And then we're back tomorrow with another new episode of First CSP as we do every day. We hope to see you then. Thank you again for stopping in, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.